Electricity, the catalyst of change and development. What would life be without it? Electricity opened unlimited possibilities for the Filipino nation and revolutionized our views of the world. But how did electricity come to rural Surigao del Sur? This is the story of the electric operative that pioneered the cause of rural electrification in Surigao del Sur. This is Kalim-an, SURSECO-I's journey to empowerment. The birth of SURSECO-I can be traced back 50 years ago on 20 July 1971 when it was incorporated and registered with the National Electrification Administration in accordance with Presidential Decree No. 269 of President Ferdinand E. Marcos. On August 3, 1971, General Manager Eufemio V. Darunday, along with local political leaders in the persons of former Presidential Governor Gregorio Murillo, Assemblyman Jose G. Puyat Jr., Ricardo B. Castillo, the provincial governor at that time, Mayor Anyomado L. Masangkay of the municipality of Bislig, manifesting the first flicker that sparked the revolution of light in the 2nd District of Surigao del Sur. From a loan subsidy in the amount of 26,599,000 pesos, SURSECO-I incorporators Teresito O. Pama, Gregorio L. Salazar, Wilfredo D. Zarzosa, Daniel R. Sindo, and Sergio Y. Nazareno, along with First General Manager Darunday, started operations in a makeshift office in the humble residence of then Provincial Governor Ricardo Irat Castillo. On June 6, 1979, the NEA issued to SURSECO-I the Certificate of Franchise and authority to operate in the municipalities of Lingig, Bislig, Hinatuan, Tagbina, Barobo, Lianga, and San Agustin for a period of 50 years. Rural electrification was at its prime in the 1980s, and it was indeed a journey of hope for every Filipino household. Already a decade old, SURSECO-I was thriving as it initially engaged the largest paper mill in Asia, Picop, as its temporary power supplier. From initially energizing 7 barangays in Bislig and 5 in Hinatuan, lighting a total of 4,821 households in 1975, a continuous energization surge a decade after, in 1985, saw a total of 23,438 households alight in 58 barangays across the coverage. SURSECO-I's first power substation was installed in 1985 at Barangay San Fernando, right in the periphery of the office compound. The installation of the M1 powerhouse blazed through the energization of households in Bislig and neighboring municipality of Hinatuan. The year was a period of capacity building from training the co-op's workforce, equipping the leaders, and formulating the policies of the cooperative through its board of directors. The annual general membership assemblies conducted through the years proved to be providing more avenues for member participation and involvement in easy affairs. SURSECO-I intensified its information education campaigns and improved its consumer relations, making more positive interactions and bringing positive results to the co-op operations. The streaks of success continued to come for SURSECO-I in the era of the 90s. More programs were established, such as the Project Dagitab, a joint undertaking of the NEA, the Philippine Rural Electric Cooperatives Association Incorporated or PhilReca, and the private sectors. But as more homes and establishments relied, power pilferage became a progressive issue the electric cooperatives have to hurdle. With the resolve to battle against pilferages, Kislap Kuryente was devised. The Barangay Power Association or BAPA was also established to operate and maintain systems including meter reading and collection. Aside from discounts, allowances, and benefits, member consumer owners become concerned and involved electric consumers. It was in August 1992, during the NEA's 23rd anniversary, when the Emmanuel Pilais Award for Most Outstanding Rural Electric Cooperative in the Philippines was conferred to the co-op. The towering wooden trophy remains the single most celebrated award so far received on that aspect by SURSECO-I, which rests as the co-op's unremitting aspiration to continue striving for exemplary performance and excellent customer service. The decade, however, strung with successes, also had its share of lows along the way. Incidents of spats between the ranks and doubts on the leadership divided the organization at some point, but the solidarity remained to be a force in the SURSECO-I family. Within management shifts, it has survived and remained viable through the years. During management transitions, homegrown leaders of the co-op handled the top post with grace and wisdom from experience. Ma'am Nympha G. Antua, Sir Gregorio R. Varela, Sir Arthur L. Laquihon, and Dr. Antonio Teddy P. Ronquillo were the officers in charge who have filled in the vacuum of leadership when the co-op was at a standstill during a management transition. This was also a turning point for the co-op as its largest major industry, Pickup, shut down its operations in 2006. Pickup's shutdown was truly a precarious period for the cooperative, taking off the thousands in monthly collection and leaving 1 million of unpaid power bills. Despite the spiraling economy in Bislig and its nearby municipalities, SURSECO-I still managed to keep its operations afloat. New General Manager Attorney Edwin M. Malazarte implemented major changes from refurbishing office buildings, acquiring new office vehicles, sending engineers to intensive trainings, holding more employees' affairs. One of his many accomplishments was the reorganization of SURSECO-I, which streamlined the structure, encouraged multitasking, and improved response and delivery of electric services. It was 2011, SURSECO-I's Ruby year. Finance and Corporate Planning Office Manager Jocelyn M. Moralda was primed to take the post as General Manager. From his humble beginning as an audit clerk, he rose from the ranks, armed with a formidable work ethic and conventional disposition. Along this zealous stride is his paramount agenda, which is the distribution system modernization, infrastructure development, and establishment of SURSECO-I's own renewable power generation for a more reliable and secure electric service in the coming years. GM Moralda's first years were tested with the onslaught of two devastating typhoons, Sendong and Pablo. Behind these catastrophes, however, sister electric cooperatives were there to help. Task Force Kapatid was already a force then, and rising up from the wreckage was fairly easy with the solidarity of the electric cooperatives. The GM's resolve to implement a sturdy and modern distribution system became apparent, and the substations underwent annual preventive maintenance servicing. The San Fernando substation was rehabilitated, and the Tabon power equipment was upgraded to cater to the growing power demand of Bislig City. It was also during GM Moralda's term when the SURSECO-I Training and Assessment Center building was constructed. The Member Consumer Owners Center finished construction and was opened to outside events. A number of transportation vehicles were procured for faster response to complaints and office concerns. And modern office equipment and technical tools were acquired to improve service delivery. It was also an era of massive energizations across the entire coverage area. The sitio electrification program lighted 8,655 households since its inception in 2011, achieving for SURSECO-I a 95.73% energization rate with only 26 remaining unlit sitios per the NEA database. Another program that made the franchise even brighter is a nationwide intensification of household electrification or NIHE, with 11,710 indigent households being lighted through the subsidies in 2016 and 2018. The National Electrification Administration, through the proactive leadership of Administrator Edgardo R. Masongsong, is currently at the forefront of the household energizations and the member consumer owners empowerment. Admin Masongsong pushed for the NEA's 7-point agenda. SURSECO-I, on the other hand, actively participated in these undertakings, organizing the barangays under the National Center of Electric Cooperative Consumers Incorporated or INSECO, and introduced the Member Consumer Owners Program for Empowerment or MCOPE. Admin Masongsong himself strongly advocated the One EC MCO movement, which seeks to change the nation and the life of Filipino people through rural development programs and various advocacies. The Philippine Rural Electric Cooperatives Association, or PhilReCA, is a catalyst of the 1EC MCO movement. Under its leadership, the movement was forged with concrete causes for rural development through the 121 electric cooperatives. The 1EC Network Foundation was formed to address the socio-economic cultural programs for the well-being of the MCOs. The mobilization of a bank owned by the ECs called the Electric Cooperative Consumers Bank, or EcoBank, to finance rural development programs. The foundation of the initiatives, which promotes and protects the rights of the EC and MCOs through active participation and national policy formulation through appointed leaders in Congress, and the intensification of information education campaigns through the establishment of cooperative-owned radio stations. Going beyond its electrification mandate, SURSECO-I reaches out with compassion to its member consumer owners and continues to touch lives through its corporate social responsibility programs through our benevolent and generous partners and sponsors. SURSECO-I, behind its well-integrated corporate image, has been recognized for its notable efforts in implementing and fostering the rural electrification program. Each year, the cooperative strives to comply with the performance parameters of the National Electrification Administration, such as compliance to loan conditionalities, among others. It has been a consistent awardee to several awards conferred by the NEA and the Philippine Rural Electric Cooperatives Association, or PhilReCA, such as the most coveted AAA award, the highest award conferred to an electric cooperative. On May 29, 2021, during SURSECO-I's 42nd Annual General Membership Assembly, the cooperative's amended Articles of Incorporation was ratified and approved by the General Assembly. The amendment of the SURSECO-I Articles of Incorporation is a requirement essential to the renewal of the cooperative's registration with the National Electrification Administration for another 50 years of operation in view of its expiration today, July 20, 2021. By virtue of Presidential Decree 269, otherwise known as the National Electrification Administration Decree, the SURSECO-I Articles of Incorporation was confirmed and certified, thereby renewing the cooperative's registration with the NEA. This means SURSECO-I has 50 more years of zealous service to its member consumer owners. Today, the new SURSECO-I main office beckons a new beginning of SURSECO-I's second corporate life. The plan to redesign, reconstruct, and rebuild was just appropriate in anticipation of the co-op's 50th milestone. The building was fashioned with the same aspiration to serve and provide a convenient life to its member consumer owners. Like its sturdy foundation, the years of service beyond the golden era is cemented with years of persistence amidst the challenges, years of triumph from every attained goal, and years of prayers that fundamentally hold the grounds of its very existence. Today, as the challenges continue to hover around the co-op's resolve, the pandemic currently beating its operational efficiency and financial viability, the desire to persist and rally against the odds is stronger than ever. The cause of rural electrification lives, the grounds for consumer empowerment is paved, and the ultimate goal for rural development is boldly clear ahead. Kalim-an. This is the SURSECO-I journey of empowerment.